Okay, so now welcome back to Dream. What do you mean? What do you mean by why am I 7 minutes early? What do you mean? I didn't get my second. First. What do you mean, Demon? It's not okay. Welcome back. Today we're going to do like concept art reading. What do you mean exactly? What do you mean by 7 minutes early? I usually just literally started. No, I literally just started like usually start like what I aim at should be like 15 minutes like it's when it's like it's 15 minutes and I should be starting, so it's like it's not it should be normal, like I prep some a little bit like earlier for the thing, then when it hits like 15 minutes then I'm going to start. It should be the plan. So I'm always late, which I don't like it. Okay, today we're doing readings. Okay, it's gonna be super boring. Let me check. Let me wait for the desktop to run first so that I can see my stream if it's lagging or whatever. Okay. Okay. Let's start, shall we? Today's redeem. 你们こんばんは. Yo, Dog Fox. Okay. Let's go. It should be bonus. Do you want me reading the concept art first or the Baker incident report first? That one was also pretty long. Yeah. I think I will read the... It's like... According to timeline, we should be reading the incident report first, maybe. Okay. Is it working? Okay. Boring. Moment starts. The Baker incident report. This report, how do I read that one? Depicts my investigation into the events after the incident at the Baker's residence. Okay. The Baker incident, July 2017. A number of people lost their lives at the residence in the middle of the American countryside. Woke up earlier than fell asleep again. What? What? That's so random. What time is it now? Wasn't it 7 a.m.? Check. 6:21. How many hours are like got disturbed? 9, 12. What? You're like, oh, you're like 15 hours behind me. Seriously? It's nearly a day. Left 15. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. We continue. Let me start reading from now on again then. The Baker incident, July 2017. A number of people lost their lives at a residence in the middle of the American countryside. It was a truly horrifying tragedy. I still don't know the exact number of victims. 2 survivors, husband and wife, Ethan and Mia Winters, were able to shed some light on the events, which would have shook the world. Shook with her. But there was a cover-up and the Winters vanished. There is someone or something powerful acting behind the scenes. I just know it. I decided to investigate, to follow the breadcrumbs of what happened after. How can I be so sure? Because I'm someone who was there. First of all, how was this incident reported upon its discovery by the world? Let's take a look at some newspaper clippings from that time to see how the news was manipulated. First, discovery of the incident. Local newspaper, the Delphi Daily, July 22nd to 2017. Family of 4 found dead in... When was that again? Delphi? I forgot. Yeah. Delphi County Sheriff Office have reported that the Baker family were found dead in their home in North Delphi on the 21st July. The surrounding details are currently unknown, apart from the deaths of Jake Baker, his wife Margaret, their son Lucas, and daughter Zoe. Deputy Sheriff Dave Anderson has also been missing since the 19th. According to Deputy Sheriff Riley Whiteford, Riley Whiteford, who visited the Baker's residence around the time of his disappearance. Social media post, July 22nd, 2017. That thing was a dead family. Wasn't that where that giant black monster was? You think they were eaten by that thing? No way, it's not some cheesy horror movie. Old man Jake did say some crazy stuff. I remember him getting into a lot of fights. He probably killed the whole family and offed himself. Killed the whole family and offed himself? Wait, he was the first one died in that incident. The earlier news was also... Dave Anderson was the one that we met at like what was that police officer that's trying to like say, no, I don't believe in you, Ethan, that one, right? And also it's like just got killed by Jake. And then the sequence should be like Jake Baker died, and then Margaret, and then Lucas at the end was Zoe, like probably get infected. They didn't. They just cover up with like just found that without anything. Okay. The social media post probably would be like you control the comments on that, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, the third one. Transcript of a complaint to the county sheriff's office. I don't believe it. It's been 2 days already. But you haven't reported anything else. Was it murder? Was it murder? An accident? Suicide? And what's with the National Guard sealing the place off? Where are you all hiding? Oh my god, there's like... I think I have to stop for a while. Well, let me be back in a minute or two.
Miyako Seiji said, "Eat some potato chips while waiting."
Okay, I'm back. Here's all some chips. I have them. Like, I'm gonna be like chill and just read. You don't have chips anymore? Sad. Okay. What was that? It's been 2 days already. You haven't reported anything else. What's murder? National Guard stealing the place of where you are. Okay. Very little was reported shortly after the Baker incident was discovered, leading to rapid spread of rumors and speculations. The Bakers were completely isolated from the rest of the community, and sealing off the entire area around their home set things in motion. I recall there sure was a lot of public pressure on the press for information. I admit that at the time I was being held in quarantine by a certain organization and couldn't see any of the news for myself. They finally allowed me to watch TV a few days after, and I was flabbergasted by the stark difference between the reports and reality. Second, the cover-up. Local newspaper, Ludovi Daily, July 30th, 2017. Sheriff's office say Baker family killed by natural gas. And a follow-up on the deaths of the Baker family on July 21st, the Delphi County Sheriff's Office stated, "It is highly likely that their deaths were caused by a hydrogen sulfide leak." What? The local area is surrounded by wetlands, which combined with a concentration of pollution could have led to the buildup of toxic gas that claimed the lives of the Baker family. Pollution, let me think. Was there any... Wasn't it like not until... Wasn't it like not until the fish, the monster that looks like a fish, not until then there's no like toxic gas leak? I'm not very sure about that one. Okay. What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god, why? Wait, am I fine now? Why is it lagging for a second? Oh my god, that's so scary. This is better now, I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay. Okay. What else? The local area is surrounded by wetlands, which combined with concentrations of pollution could have led to the buildup of toxic gas that claimed the lives of the Baker family. The leak has been blocked. However, the authorities have sealed off in order to prevent any further accidents. The victims included were deceased Jake Baker, Margaret Baker, Lucas Baker, Zoe Baker, Dave Anderson, Lindsay Jarvis, Andre Steglen, Peter Walken, injured Ethan Winters, and Mia Winters. Okay. What else? Toxic media post July 30th, 2017. Toxic hydrogen sulfide gas? They're kidding, right? I heard there were soldiers, tanks, helicopters, the whole shebang when it happened. The government's up to something for sure. And here comes the conspiracy theorist. A bunch of nut jobs, like you came out of the woodwork during the Raccoon City incidents too. But there was that black monster and that satellite photo of the ship wreck. You have to admit, something's fishy. Okay. Magazine Inspector. An interview with Sally Baldwin, professor of geological science at Minden University. Interviewer. So you don't agree with the report from the sheriff's office that it was a natural gas leak? Baldwin. We can't rule it out completely, but it's very unusual, all things considered. Hydrogen sulfide builds up in areas where there is a lot of volcanic activity. The town of Dovey, however, has no volcanic activity anywhere in the area. My own geological survey in 1998 revealed absolutely no hydrogen sulfide in that area. A tragic natural gas leak. That was the official stance on the Baker incident. But this is a complete fabrication. Nothing about the murders in that house, nothing about the terrifying monster that stalked the house and lived within its walls. It's evident that someone was keeping the truth hidden. Okay. The thing that surprised me the most was the fact that my name was on the list of victims. The organization still had me in quarantine. I was terrified the whole thing would come to an end with me actually being among the deceased. Thankfully, at once and needless fear, the organization gave me a new identity and let me go. I guess they figured I was harmless and didn't know anything else. I was allowed to live as a new person, apparently for my own safety. I tried to contact the other two survivors, Ethan and Mia. They saved my life after all. I wanted to at least thank them, but they would completely disappeared. Let me drink a bit. I know the organization knows where they are. So I decided to investigate the BSAA. Oh, it's BSAA. Okay. Oh my god. I always say this BSSA. Okay. Finally, I know their name. BSAA is Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. Okay. Of course, I would remember that phrase from now on. A counter-terrorism organization sanctioned by the United Nations. It was formed to combat the rise in bioterrorism after the collapse of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals. They have combined what TIL. They have combated terrorism across the world. Wait, did I lag? Oh my god, why? About BSA? Yeah, me too. Wait, but it's lagging. Why? Wait, I'll try to restart my stream. It's weird. Why? It's weird. Let me restart the. Let me get the router again. Does it reload? Back. Am I back? Why it doesn't show me any frames or whatever? Oh, is it like an empty bubble? Weird. Nothing. Really? It's back. Am I back? No. Oh my god, no. Nope. Wait. I'll restart them. Wait. Why is it back? I'm not sure. And me froze. Maybe it's like, I think the network's stable for now, but me froze. I have to check on how do I resume it then. Why? Bro, what's going on? Yeah, I know. Wait. He's not working. Let me maybe refresh my model then. About me. No, it was in the middle of the. It was in the middle of the tracking thingy, so I don't know how to. I need wait. The little book is I have a lot of toggles and expression whatever that I didn't use on stream at all, so it's like maybe it's a time to do it like a reading one that I can hold a book there, which I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me bite one more chip at that point and wait for the connection again. Scout. Anyway, I just feel like it's gonna be a chill one, because probably I don't know how to actually like fill up today's stream with 2 hours if I'm like reading at my usual speed. Because 80 pages would be gone in less than 30 minutes, I think. Is it working? Why is it not working? Wait a minute. Why? Technical difficulties. No, it's not. Okay. struggles of. Let me restart my fever journal. Probably it's just not working. 更新完了. Okay. Wait a minute. Very scuff. Okay, I'm back. Should be, I guess. Am I back? Okay, nice. Okay, continue. Let's see. It's formed. Oh, okay. Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, a counter bioterrorism organization sanctioned by the United Nations. It was formed to combat the rise in bioterrorism after the collapse of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals. They have combated based wait. This is working on the other end. Okay, it is. Yee. Which page are we in? Okay. It was formed to combat the rise in bioterrorism after the collapse of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals. They have combat terrorism across the world, including China and Europe, and are high regarded as bioterrorist police. The BSAA finally intervened in the Baker incident and were the ones that saved Ethan, Mia, and I. Thanks to my detainment in their facilities, I have a pretty good idea of who their members are. I was very, very persuasive when it came to asking about the organization and top secret documents. The topic I was most interested in was, of course, the Baker incident. I wanted to know the truth the BSAA was hiding. What is the BS Sage? What is that, Dark Fox? You get wrong with that. I swear to God. Okay. No, I'm the God. The Hidden Truth magazine inspector. What? What from yesterday? The magazine inspector secret meeting between the sheriff and international organization? One of our reporters has unearthed evidence that a secret meeting happened between Dovey's Sheriff Coleridge and an international organization known as the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. Many have voiced their concerns around the legitimacy of the sheriff's office statement that the incident at the Baker estate was caused by a toxic gas leak. The BS? Oh, you mean that I've forgotten his name? Maybe, I'm not sure. Many have voiced their concern, and the inspectors suspect there might be more to the story, and the sheriff's office and BSAA are covering something up. We reached out to the sheriff's office, but they refused to give a statement. Edgar, McClintock. What are those names, bro? BSAA Investigations Department. Final report on the Baker incident. The following details the investigation into the biological disaster in Dovey, Louisiana, also known as the Baker incident. This document is for employees with Class B clearance and above. We have concluded that the Baker incident was caused by accidental contamination from a prototype bioweapon known as Evelyn. The residents of the Baker household were contaminated by a mold-like pathogen, mutamicide. Evelyn was capable of rapidly producing this mold, and it enabled her to control those infected both mentally and physically. The Baker family were not the only victims. Evelyn manipulated the Bakers into kidnapping dozens of people. These victims were infected and mutated into monstrous creatures called molded. This is the worst name I've heard from the whole series. Like other than that, there would be like G virus, C virus, A virus, and what was that? A plaga? This one is the worst I've heard. What does it mean by molded? Holy shit. Evelyn was originally created in a unique research facility by the International Crime Syndicate, The Connections. BSAA dispatched a team to destroy Evelyn. The mission, however, was not successful, and Evelyn escaped. Evelyn was then transferred to America by The Connections by ship along with her caretaker, Mia Winters. However, Evelyn managed to escape during transport. She murdered most of the ship's crew and destroyed the ship. We believe she then abandoned the vessel that had washed up in the bayou near the Baker residence. The aforementioned operation to eliminate Evelyn was BSAA's failing. We cannot deny that, as it resulted in Evelyn infecting innocent civilians. BSAA will have to take responsibility should these events ever come to light. As such, we advise that a cover story is fed to the media and BSAA's involvement is kept quiet. End of report. Okay. So it's like the incident was like Evelyn was not eliminated during that mission, and then they have to cover up the whole story to prevent anyone noticing there is some secret like agent that is like supervised by the government is doing like bioterrorism, what's that called, cleanup. E-series Mutamicide Analyzed Report. Biological Analyzed Report on the E-series mutamicide, henceforth referred to as mutamicides recovered from the Baker residence. The mutamicide has similar characteristics to Cladosporium, black mold, and has incredibly high reproductive properties. It acts like a parasite, infecting the cells and rewriting the DNA of its host. Furthermore, when it combines with other bacteria, it creates its own muscle tissue, brain, and nervous system. As such, an organism infected with the mutamicide transforms into a type of undead monster. End of report. Okay. Bioweapon report file. A human biological weapon constructed through the implantation of mutamicide into a human embryo has the ability to interact with the fungal network and control hosts through brainwave signals. Evelyn was driven by a natural instinct to create a family, and the infected victims she controlled were her surrogate family. However, due to an innate defect in her chromosomes, Evelyn's cell reproduced at an accelerated rate, causing her to age rapidly then die. Oh, that's why she at the end turns to be a grandma in the house. And that was like showing about the fungal infection. Oh, that makes sense. So it was like she was maybe just started as a girl, like little girl back then, and then after all of the incident, then she just like just take that for a year or two. She just turned to a granny at the end. End of report. Okay. The connections report. Oh, the connection is a crime syndicate with no base of operations. Their organizational structure is unknown. However, we are aware of their actions on a global level. In recent years, they have been particularly active in Eastern Europe. Most of their activities appear to revolve around the creation and selling of bioweapons. Evelyn was one of their products. Reliable sources have confirmed that the criminal organization was founded by Brandon Bailey. Bailey is a shrewd man and was once the right-hand man of Oswald E. Spencer, CEO and president of the Umbrella Corporation. His current status and location are known. Bailey and Spencer become estranged due to differing visions, and Bailey used the connection he made working as the director of the Umbrella Africa Research Center to branch off and found the crime syndicate. The organization's main goal appears to simply be commercial gain. Further investigations are in progress. End of report. Is that saying about Resident Evil 5? Is that the one in maybe Bailey was like using the research center back in 5 to branch off, and then that started to try his experiments and then end up like creating Evelyn as the first main product of their their first bioweapon. Okay. You think so? It makes sense. According to BSAA's top secret documents, the Baker incident, as I know it, was just another statistical blip to be recorded. The fateful night when the tankers washed up in the bay, Jack took that little girl from the shipwreck and into our home. Then she turned everyone crazy, made us into monsters. BSAA knew this when they manipulated the media and covered the whole thing up. An easy thing to do for an organization with direct backing from the United Nations. They couldn't let anyone knew it was them who let Evelyn, the cause of this, escape. I continued to investigate and finally caught wind of Ethan and Mia's location. Or where the winters are. BSA Investigations Department transcript of interview with Ethan Winters. Audio begins. Shall we begin then? Please state your name and occupation. Ethan Winters. I'm a systems engineer. How many times do we have to do this? When are you going to let us go? Our interviews until now have been necessary to conclude if you had any ulterior motives. Now we understand that you were just an innocent victim in this whole incident. So, you are going to let us go? Yes, but we have one condition. What's that? We would like you and your wife to remain under our supervision. In exchange, we will provide you with a new home, a new country. What are you saying? You want us to take on new identities? Wait, a new country? You want us to move to another country? to a lovely country in Eastern Europe, to be precise. Europe? You gotta be kidding. Why the hell would we? You're both witness to what happened. There is a certain criminal organization who is looking for you. We're doing this for your protection. Think of it more like witness protection. But all the way to Europe without any say? You can forget everything you experienced here. Start a new life. It's better for both of you that way. There's no way we can forget everything that happened. I want to talk to Mia about this. Let me talk to Mia. Audio ends. Why they don't get this recording here so that I can play and then listen to it rather than I read it myself? BSA Investigations Department transcript of interview with Mia Winters. Audio begins. According to our examinations, you're mostly free from the mold now, Mia. Do you tell him about my past? No. As a sign of appreciation for your cooperation, BSAA has not divulged your involvement with the connections. I just want to return to a normal life with Ethan, to forget everything. Audio ends. Ethan and Mia are in Europe. I was ecstatic that I finally had a clue into their whereabouts. However, that was where my investigation hit a brick wall. BSA security is tight, and even with some acquaintance helping me out, no one knew the Winters' exact location. Which makes sense when you consider an international crime syndicate after them. 2 years passed, and no progress. I ended up working as a rookie reporter for a small newspaper in New Orleans. The Baker incident has all but vanished from people's minds. Then one day, a letter arrived at my tiny apartment. It was from none other than Mia Winters herself. Mia's letter. Hey, how are you doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? BSAA won't let us send any emails or letters, but I gave this directly to an employee to give to you, so it should be safe. A location is still hidden. I've always wanted to tell you how thankful I am. Ethan and I would have died in that house if it hadn't been for you. It must have been hard to fight alone for so long, so thank you. I can't tell you where we are, but we're safe and happy. I feel like we've finally settled down into our new life. The house BSA gave us is huge. I don't know what to do with it all. Oh, that reminds me. There's a reason I want to write you. Ethan and I had a baby. I include a picture of her with this letter. I warn you, she's so cute. Oh, okay, that's Rose. See? Happy birthday. This is the sun. But what do they have a sign? Like, no. Happy birthday? Is that just saying happy birthday but didn't tell about how, like, should we, like, probably have like his have anniversary back then, maybe? Mm-hmm. We named her Rosemary. Isn't it such a wonderful name? I hope you can come and see her someday. Ethan wants to see you too. I've learned all kinds of local dishes. I'm sure you'll like them. No need to reply. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Take care of yourself, okay? Sincerely, Mia Winters. A letter from Mia and Ethan out of nowhere, and they have a daughter. I had almost given up finding them. I couldn't hold back the tears. I'm glad the three of them are happy in their new life. Wait, how is that like? How are they even like that close? Because it was just like Louis. Louis was trying to... No, not Louis, sorry. Oh, who's that again? Lucas was trying to kill Mia and then... And Zoe, because they're like playing around like a death threat to Ethan, right? I didn't feel like that. Probably just a day, like half day of escaping from kind of like a life-threatening situation, and just make them like that friend, being friends that close already. I doubt. I kind of doubt about their connection there, other than because they're like, Zoe also abandoned, like being abandoned by. If we're choosing like the normal choices, it would be like Zoe was being abandoned and then get back to that house, right? Like in the baker's residence, but without any help from us, right? So I don't know why they're like. Is it even like Zoe was saved at the point? I just really doubt. Just as I went to close the mailbox, I spotted another envelope. It was embossed with the BSAA logo, the sender unknown. It contained the following. BSAA HQ warning letter to Chris Rescue. Chris, we are growing concerned with your recent activity. According to recent reports, you have taken personal control of the elite unit, the Horned Wolf squad, without permission, and you've accessed a number of top secret documents, also without permission. What the hell are you doing? What are you and your squad doing in Eastern Europe? Who the heck is this Miranda that keeps popping up in your correspondence? What's with the investigation into the Winters family? You've been very critical of BSAA since the Baker incident. You might be one of the founding original 11, but I cannot let you continue to run around unchecked. So I'll repeat myself. What the hell are you doing? BSAA HQ investigations. There was one thing scribbled on the back of this. It's not over. This is everything I have on the Baker incident. It's purely for my own reference. I don't intend to send it out to the general public. I'll continue my investigation. Many have tried to get in my way, slow me down. But I'm doing this for my family. I won't give up. I know that some days I'll be able to give Ethan and Mia my thanks directly. At least I pray I can. My name is Zoe Baker. As survivor of this tragedy, the Baker incident report end. Yeah, why? It's like I don't get why it's Zoe like saying that she's so close with the family after just an incident like that. I doubt. Okay. Wait, can we watch this together? Creating the Village of Shadows, the level design of Resident Evil Village, the visual development of Resident Evil Village, and the visual production of Resident Evil Village. Can I play that on stream? I don't know. What am I eating? I'm eating potato chips. Should be fine. I don't know. Wait, did I cross to the... Wait a minute. Introduction in the creation of the... Introduction? Why it doesn't feel like it's Okay, okay. We did pay for the game, but I'm not sure. Do they allow us to stream it on like this? I'm not sure. If it's okay, then I stream. Mm-hmm. Well, they don't have extra like introduction, but just showing you some of the making of it. I thought there would be like people saying about stuff. Good afternoon. I'm eating potato chips, chilling, reading all those concept art and Biohazard stuff. Yay. Off time at work. Nice. Yeah, storyboard art and nice. Oh, thanks for the 10 strike. Okay, it would stop my video for a minute, so. Final version. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, yeah, reminds me of making art that like. Don't ask me to do movies. I'm not gonna do it. I'm pretty sure. Them showing the movie and the scene there was like, it just cut at a very weird moment. They stopped at a very weird way that I thought my internet, like, for them loading the content is lagging. Lamau. Okay. Oh, it looks pretty nice. The level design of Resident Village. Okay.
ヴィレッジでレベルデザインを担当している津田です。
Oh, it's
こ
Japanese.
ちらでは本作におけるレベルデザイン制作について説明いたします。
はい。
まずはじめに、レベルデザイナーとは体験を作り出す仕事です。実現したいコンセプトやビジョンをもとに感情が動くようなゲーム体験が得られるように空間、演出を用意する仕事です。ディレクターとのやり取りでコンセプトに沿って正しくゲームに反映されているかの確認を行います。バイオハザードの場合は怖いかどうかが大きな判断基準になるので、怖さや緊張感が要求に達しているかの確認も行います。演出やゲームデザインを決めていく際には、非日常的なシチュエーションを没入感を持って体験してもらうために、丁寧な入り込みの演出や説得力のある空間設計を行うことを意識しています。
レベルデザイン。Okay.
ヴィレッジで苦労した点としては、ホラーという限られた枠組みの中で種類の違う体験を用意する必要があるところです。ヴィレッジに限らず、バイオハザードシリーズのレベルデザイン制作においては、怖いものにアンテナを張っていて、 怖がらせることに対して引き出し
Oh my god, that afterman.
敵で驚かしたりパズルでなるほどと思わせたり、さまざまな思考や感情を生み出すことが要求されます。ビレッジでユーザーに体験見てほしいシチュエーションとしてはいろいろな表情を見せる作り込まれた村を隅々まで体験してほしいです。恐怖を感じつつも住むといろいろな体験や発見があるはずです。
Honestly, for me, I think the village is doing pretty good. Other than that, I think the house was not a very good one. Like the other stuff, they're just doing it completely like fine to make sure the vibes and like immersive horror and the think of like you're from in the middle of nowhere. Well, there are a lot of like unknown creatures that are gonna be jump scaring you all around and stuff. But I think only the house that is, what is that called? It's not Diana. I forgot the name. That the doll house. The doll house was like, I would say probably that was the I don't know. Maybe they only take it like putting very heavily on that abdomen, and those like the dolls are chasing you, kind of stuff. So it's like, doesn't really give me a very. I think that would be one of the parts that I feel off. Another one would be the one of the fish as well. I think that's who was like the most that doesn't really make it as very good content. It just like it's very short for both of them. Like if you're saying like other two bosses, they're like Heisenberg and Lady Day, their present is very solid to begin with. The other two was like they're just like very little tiny bosses and not actually how to say it's just like a middle. Maybe it creates a time for you to relax and stuff, but I think only that too is not as the like making the vibe of the whole game kind of off from that too. I don't know how to say it. Whoa, the 3D quality graphics. Even into the it should be not emotion. Sorry. The graph like basic human captures and finally and the textures of like actual human skin on that model, right? I think. How can they make that texture like so real life included, but adding it into a 3D object? Character design creation. How are the lichens made? I'm also very curious about this one. Like, did they make it as actual makeup and then try to ask someone to film it, or they just 3D modeled the whole thing? Like, as an art base in digital? Getting breakfast? Be right back? Sure. Character design creation. This one is so close to Gettable. The one in Gettable. I told it like 1,000 times already, but it's like, yeah, Gettable is a good one. Go watch it. Go watch it. Should we just 20 episodes for that one? Or less than that, I forgot. House exterior? Oh, they really do it like as art and then render the whole thing. House interior, graphics development. Ray box test. Complete environmental graphics. I think the village is really, they made it very good. Like, it's really looking very good. Also for the castle as well. How much does it actually cost to make just a scene like that? Like not including the animation. Final version. Oh!
I don't understand why you are so...
What the hell? Mia, get down! What the fuck?
Sorry, Ethan.
Are those motion captures related to the base, like the model
Ethan, no.
art or not? I don't know how they work. So they're the face model artists as well or not? Because I feel like some of them doesn't feel like that alike with others. Okay, it's not okay. I think the actor, like action actors, are different from. As for the one just now, they're showing like the male was trying to replicate that of like that the motion lady would do. So I think it's not. Okay, it should be not related, but just trying to get the motion capture or whatever from them. Only capture the face and body motions, but actual face appearance it's someone else. Yeah. Oh, that one's lady.
Because he is in my castle and is already proven.
Oh, sorry. There's a plane.
For my daughters to handle. When I find him, I won't let you down. To hell with the ceremony. That man will pay for what he's done. Furthermore, I can assure you if you entrust.
Okay, sorry.
My daughter's wish to deliver the finest cups of his slaughtered blood.
You mean you'll screw around with him in private? Where's the fun in that? Give him to me. Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
Are they voice actor of that then?
Ethan
Or no?
Get ready.
No, wait!
Man blood. Man blood.
Oh, that's how it drank him. Interesting. It's very like, wait, they got a line for it. Let me check. Watch the production of Resident Evil Village cutscenes from the pre-visualization, motion capturing in LA, and final implementations. Okay, so probably it's like even the lines are like the CVs are taking the stuff like at the other at the other place, and then they just read those lines like accordingly and recite them and then try to do the movement at that time. Let's head to concept art. Oh hell yeah! Wise Ethan. Okay, I was so curious about like if you're suggesting like a nobody, like their face, like they didn't create it at all, right? So it feels like more of like making it a nobody and then try to make that into the character. So I was like, I just want to check what actually even means. It was a biblical figure from, it should be, how do I, from Tanakh. So it's like another Bible from the Judaism, I think. Jewish Bible. And then that name, it has a meaning of strong and optimistic, solid, enduring, and permanent. Which I think it really fits. Like, he just tried to stay strong as a father and then enduring all the pain during that, and then try to figure out the way to save his daughter and wife from the 2 episodes, which I think they actually make a very good name of his silhouette looks like Leon. Really? Art director's comment. Concept art for the winters. The original idea was to have Mia in a wheelchair due to events of the previous game. Why? It was like they didn't even show her up. Like, she was just a fake Miranda, right? So I don't even know why would they like trying to make it as like a wheelchair thing. It doesn't even, I don't think that makes sense at all. Like, it doesn't make sense for me. A director's comment. Concept art. This is Rose. Look at her. For the grown-up version of Rosemary Winters, she's wearing Evan's jacket with her, wrapped her in when she was a baby. I think they did use this concept like of the jacket as well, but they like put it into an inner one rather than actually wearing it on top. I think that's how they made it, because at the end we saw Rose was with a black, like gray and black jacket. A few designs for Chris Redfield. Initial drafts of the story had him visit the winters dressed in civilian clothes. Bro, it's like I really still don't feel like it's Chris Rusty at all. I don't know why. I couldn't, like, the whole Wolf Squad called him Alva, the mere that Chris shot was actually Miranda in this disguise, and when he learns his roles to her, he calls on his task force for backup. Didn't show up this close at all for the whole game. And probably the middle one, this one didn't really show that much as well. The only one that shows very often was just this one, with the jacket and then seeing nothing. Just feeling like, bleh, kind of buffed, but still not the who I'm thinking as Chris Redley would be. The whole Wolf Squad. This is the first time Chris Elite Squad makes an appearance in the Resident Evil universe. They were created to hunt the Lycans and as such were named the Hunt Wolf Squad. From left to right is Umber Eyes, a veteran sniper, K9, a young dog handler, Lobo, machine gunner, and Nighthawk communications, and Thunder, former undercover agent for the DEA. Wasn't it like that 5 doesn't have much appearance? But it's lucky. They didn't die after the mission. Which is a good thing. Usually, for Chris Rescue, all of his members just die after each incident. So you 5, lucky. You survived through the incident. This is the villagers for what was that? The father and the daughter trying to get into the house for Louisa. Yeah, Leonardo. The father, Elena, Louisa, and what's Lulin? The design for the villages was based on the mixture of Gothic and modern imagery. Yeah. Elvis and hair from 1960s were also used as inspiration. It's pretty good. Like like the I think the whole village NPCs are pretty good for this time. On point. The vibe it's also very good. Like exactly it would be someone that's living in that place. Sometimes there will be some weird NPCs that doesn't suit the vibe at all. So some kind of games like that will be like meh. Character designs for the other villages even mixed into Louisa's house. From the left is Sebastian, Anton, Rosanna, and the heck. Let me check. Let's check the heck. Okay. Whoa. She was definitely not like this how do you say? This kind when we were like encountering her during our whole like thing, I guess. Designed from the merchant Duke, he was originally going to make his entrance with a runway carriage, and his horses running wild. But this was axed during development. What does that mean? Like his entrance with a runway rather than swords running wild, but this was axed during development. What does that mean? I don't know. Art come. These parasites are key to the story in the village and are used to design for the village symbols combined with 4 wings with represent the 4 lords. Golden ring symbols the sun. Golden ring? Symbols the sun, space, as well as eternity. Suggests that the sun and soul and everything that encompass them do not have an end. Okay. The parasite in the center is an ominous image which links the whole story back to Rose. Okay. Art director's comment. This one is like, let me check. Oh, this is all the crystals of we get after defeating bosses, I think. The remains left when enemies are defeated were designed to look like ornaments. When the creatures perish, their cells turn into crystals. Which one do you think is looks like the best? I probably like the I probably like this one the most. I think. I guess. I think the iron, what's that called? Those that are like in the mechanics, the factory ones are also very good. Let's see what's the next one. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my... The crest of the 4 lords of the village. The Mistress crest is a flower with 2 swords, a symbol of feminine power. Oh, you can also see the cross in the center, which is associated with vampires. Yeah, she's a vampire. Okay, that makes sense. The Beneviento crest is a moon and sun, symbols of fantasy and reality, as well as the dark of Donna and the bright white of Angie. Actually, we didn't see much of Donna earlier. Like, the only... Because she was the puppet monster... not monster, but master. And then Angie was all the way his... her form to show in front of people and then, like, kind of like haunt them in a playful way, I'll say. More rules, it's a mermaid. Although we wanted to create a very stark difference between the beautiful fish lady and the creep fishman creature. Mermaid? Yee. He's like nothing related to a mermaid. Although they're saying like they wanted to create the difference between them two, but it's like, no thanks. Heisenberg's crest is a horse and a horse flying. He's a strong, sturdy man. The horse was also based on the chess piece. Usual designs had each crest with their own book. Oh, book! Really? Yeah, it was there when we were like heading to Mother Maria's, like the last scene. She wrote some report about the 5 vessels, including the 4 big lords, and then saying that they're not capable of being the daughter's actual vessel. Then she just picked Rose as the final candidate to be, as to recreate her daughter into reality. Makes sense. Okay, next one. Welcome back. You welcome back yourself. You see that? It's like Sage Okairi. It's calling me, not calling you. Oh my god, you're so funny. Or you can. I think I need to make a redeem for you saying like Tadaima so that I can be like Okairi Nasai, something like that. But that would be. Well, I like to get your reaction. Lamel. Were you expecting that? Next time I'm not gonna read that to you again. This is some basic to shine off the lichens. Primitive zombies. Cause you always complain. Yeah, I complain a lot of stuff. I like to complain a lot of stuff. Cause everything I saw is not perfect enough. That's why I like to complain. But it's also like, oh, you're not following what I've just designed for. It's like, it's not how you use it, so I complain about that. Not actually complain, but like ordering you to not do it again. Joking. I don't mind. What does primitive means? What does this primitive means? Is that the concept behind them was primitive zombies, which was used to create a wild wolf-man-like creature? What does that mean? Lichens or designs of lichens, most variety than any enemy in the series so far? Really? Did they? I think not until we try to play the what's that called, the additional order. Other than that, we will not know how actually the enemy looks. But it was like score counting kind of game, so I don't think I will be able to actually see, oh, that model, oh, you see that, that's the variation they told me. I'm not gonna be able to watch it at all, honestly, so sorry, we can only read it through the concept art. Ferocious creature derives from the lichen. You can see you can no longer see where its human hair ends and its animal fur begins. The fur on its human body is also turned white. So it's derives from it. Okay. Eurus is the lichen's boss. He used to be the leader of the village. Now he's just shadow of his former self. Yeah, Cannibal is also the same. But it's like he always lived in the dark to prevent like people how to say, it's like not to let others know how actually they're trying to serve, like who they're serving is actually a monster. They don't want to show it to the people, but just to let them fear about it is something that is unknown rather than an actual monster, but seems like how to say, more like low with lower intelligence. Isn't he cute? I think this one that looks better than the one in Cannibal. But like the one in Cannibal was like actually a very tall artist trying to do the movement as like beast, like, which is they got a what's that called, what's that, behind scene production as well, I think, showing his movement of trying to capture. They download the series. Yeah, it's showing. I'll try to watch it soon. Yay! I successfully persuade someone to watch it. It's pretty good. So I think it's a good one. Like for it to actually make comic into IRL content, which I think that one was very successful. Lady. Some of the villages, her hair and clothes are based on 1960s new look fashion. Her design is based on Japanese yokai Hashaku-sama, which is 8-foot lady. Demetrius was also decided to be a vampire. She got the 3 black roses close to her heart, which each present her 3 daughters. Okay. Hashaku-sama. It's a urban legend from 2 Channel from 2008, and showing that there was an let me think. She was a very 8-foot tall lady, that would be making weird noises. What is that? Pop? Is it pop voices? Yeah, maybe I don't remember. So it's like a super tall woman, and then her target her target. She was basically a ghost-like creature, like a monster creature. No, not a ghost-like, but like a lady-like creature that can change her form into any age of women, and then try to most likely target on male underaged. Had to convert 8 foot to cm. It's about 2 meter, 2.4, 2.6 meter for guard. 2.4, 2.6 meter. 2.4, I guess. 2.4, yeah. It was super tall. And then trying to, she would be you to mimic some sounds in the surrounding, like closing doors or knocking into windows and stuff, so that would attract, or trying to mimic the voice of the underaged, like an under 18 years old child or whatever, friend or someone they know, and then to get their attention and try to capture them and then kill them after a few days capturing them. That's the horror from 2 Channel, a very famous place where horror stories are in that forum, and then try to be urban legends that are but something like creepypasta in Western, I guess. So I can see that they just use ladies. Her concept was from Hashaku-sama, because it's she is also so tall, and then most of the people, for Japanese, trying to draw how Hashaku-sama looks like would be white dressed and black hair and super tall women. That's pretty much like lady, but not as elegant as she is. Yeah. What else? There's also, I don't know why. I don't know why there's a lot of people trying to draw Hashaku-sama in some lewd content. Mostly would be with Shota, little boyish lewd content with little boys. Or also have some teens or of course adults, but she is most likely related, as I could refer to, and I can saw most of the lewd contents is she with some shoulders that are underaged little boys. Yeah. Okay. Comments of the 3 daughters, Bella, Cassandra, and Daniela. They each have a flowers tattoo on their forehead, which should be corresponding to that of ladies. And art comment about female enemies from the castle dungeons. The Demetrius drains men of their blood and turn women into creature of their slaves. Oh, okay. In fact, it might be hard to see in the game, but all the enemies in the castle are female slaves. Oh, really? I didn't know. Yeah, it's classic. The Hashaku-sama art, very classic. Also that lewd content, how they try to draw it in. It's also very classic. At the director comment, flying enemies appear in the castle was just like the these two were once women who were turned into slaves. They used their long tongue to drink blood. Eee. Okay. Dracula, a motive for Demetrius also means child of dragons. So we went for a dragon vampire design. Okay. We use our key color is white, red, and black combined with key elements found in traditional Resident Evil monster designs. Huh? Really? Black and white. Red combined with key elements found in... Okay, I thought that she was saying about the colors of traditional designs. I was saying like, no, they're not. Her scales are actually her sails clumping together into the boss transformations. It's a larger version of themselves, which of Elsina meant an unusually massive vampire with a gigantic fangs. Okay. This is the art for the human body store her back. Okay. Also, Demetrius, enlarged cells grow hair like tendrils thanks to the parasite influence. This one is gross, not gonna lie. But it's also like just a dragon structure that which I think is just like this usual Resident Evil bosses. Classic one. Lady is a pretty classic one, I would say. Puppet Donna and her doll Angie. Donna is dressed in black morning clothes while Angie is dressed in a wedding dress with flowers representing death and life. This is very awkward. Like, both of them for me just feels like they're dead. Like zombies. But I don't know. They're saying that they got a contrast, but I didn't feel it at all. Angie faces his face on the same sun and moon motif of the Beneviento crest. Donna's face is also based on the same crest. The scarred part of her face caused by parasite. Her base concept is she is a ghost. Didn't saw her the whole time, like not until we defeat Angie. She just showed there for a second, I think. Kind of waste this character, I think. But it's showing like she's a puppet master behind all the stuff, so I think it's kind of makes sense. The Beneviento family dolls, which Donna made. Doesn't feel like they all look the same for the dolls. I mean the human ones, not Angie. Bro, I'm eating. Baby is a 3 minute old girl who's like 5'10" tall. 7 long. She was created from the doll of Mia. From the doll of Mia, umbilical cord drags behind as she crowns. She calls Ethan Dada. I'm talking all the time. How are you supposed me to eat like very fast? It's a big pack. Dada. She can open her left eyes with effort and will put anything in her mouth. She finds what she's looking for. She'll instantly eat it. She dribbles a lot and has no teeth. But her hands and feet looks like real babies. Really? Just noticed I can preload Requiem. Oh my god, let me install it right now. It's gonna take me years. I'm joking, it's not gonna be years, but just like as long as I remember. Sorry, wait a minute. I'm gonna download it from now on. So then it's gonna be like, I don't have to think about, oh my god, I need to get it or whatever. Let me see collections. Requiem, where are you? Oh my god. Are you excited? I am. Okay. Reload. Okay. Yay! But I didn't know. It was like I didn't know there was like physical copies have been leaked. I didn't know. It was like physical copies was leaked and then people were like uploading or streaming whatever. And I was like, huh? Of course I didn't watch them, like I didn't notice at all. Couldn't be able to play it tomorrow. Wait, it's like when would be your release time for when would be the release time for you? Is it the same for worldwide? I don't know. PST 9 a.m. Is that? I don't know what time is that. Let me check. PM. Stay 1 day, 15 hours. 1 day, 15 hours. 1 day, 15 hours. How do you know about the 1 day, 15 hours? 1 day, 15 hours. Let me check what time would that be. I think they actually did talk about the release of the... We go to the store page, it should tell you. 10:57. $157. 27. Let me check. Head to the store page, it would tell me. Okay. When would that be? Requiem. 1日15時間。15時間なんだっけ? My Friday 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Seriously? 2 p.m. 午後1時、2時。Okay. Yeah. It's the same for everywhere. Wait, is it not the same for everywhere before? I have no idea. Oh my god. Oh my god, gross! I'm eating! Baru made a crown for himself out of bones of the villagers. He also the most raw, corroded by the parasites than any other lord. Concept behind his design was like half fish, half man, with a number of creepy sea creature parts, which will also conveying a very Resident Evil series style monster. But unlike most other transformed creatures in the series, still understand and speak human speech. Rare monster that can communicate. His brain is swollen into his back, which has also sprouted eyeballs. His design was also based on a Japanese river yokai kappa. Ah, kappa! Oh, really? Okay. Kappa? Kinda. The inspiration is not that obvious, like, compared to ladies, I think. Mutated looks more like an aquatic creature, as each of the boss fights are giant version of themselves. Like uses long arms and legs as well as giant fish-like body to swim. I have trypophobia. Go away, go away. Visualize the exit vomit attacks as well as its humanoid body inside the mouth of its monstrous body. We try to convey his creepy aquatic nature in each movement and each attack. Honestly, I don't feel it when I'm defeating him at that time back then. It doesn't really show anything there. So that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like Dona's design, story, also with the aquatics, both of them just waste. The whole thing just waste. Like, for you, probably more like you'll remember more during the boss fight would just be not boss fight, but the whole boss, like, adventure to the bosses are the only that would like have actual points that you'll remember, just Heisenberg and ladies. These two are just like their existence, level of existence is just so minimal. Really very minimal, I think. Heisenberg main concept is based on Frankenstein. Oh really? Wanted Dark Fox who didn't know Frankenstein. He didn't read anything about Frankenstein, not until the movie. LaBelle. He wanted to create a cool gray hair character who was a little bit rough around the edges. He would smoke his favorite Cuban cigarettes. Fell asleep during the movie. That one was not bad. That's the new Frankenstein, the very recent one. Not very bad, but I don't know. I like the one from 20. What was that? I'm not sure, but probably somewhere around the 2015s they got one Frankenstein. I like that more than this one. Yeah. Went for a look that opposite of its human form giant transformer mechanical monster based on used scrap left scattered around the factory. Okay. Owns weapons from tanks and planes, which has mounted scraps for its mass-produced experiments. Frankenstein was okay, but kinda stupid. Which one do you mean, though? You mean the very recent one? I think the very recent one is overly to the literature artistic side, which I don't really like it. The one earlier on, like I said, for 20, I'm not sure it's 16s or somewhere around the 15s. It was better. That one I saw was better. The original design was based on the splendid royal moth caterpillar. We want him to look like he moves on threads and be faster than any other boss monster. There's gonna be another one that looks good. Frankenstein's Bride or something. Huh? Guillermo the Toro is good, but sometimes it's a hit or miss. Don't really know. Drillman. He is the drillman. One arm is replaced with a drill. Idea is like a reactor inside the chest within the power site that acts like an internal combustion engine. The goggles are units that Heisenberg used to control them. Oh, really? This one is the... Is that the Strom? Sterum? I don't know what to call it. Jet drill. Bro, I don't recognize all of you, okay? You all just look like robos and very easy to attack because you got a core for me to search for. Not like the others that only like eyes or similar to their original like body colors or whatever that I couldn't spot. Granny's eyes is not bad, not as bad that I couldn't recognize a red light there. Wait, if that's like 2 p.m. afternoon? 2 p.m. afternoon. Let me think of that. Maybe I'll just play at night, I'm not sure. Oh, we do a very like weird stream time to stream on 2 p.m. I doubt if I would do that. Probably on its head is made of chainsaw blades. Chopped his own arms off when he got into the way of the spinning blades. Oh my god. Even Winters. There was one plane, just Sturm and Heisenberg's real father. Huh? During development, he was called a propeller man. Oh. Shape of the Water was also good, but also silly. That one I don't know. I don't think I finished that one. Like, did I watch that movie? I really don't remember. That was long ago. Maybe not, because I was like not into romantic stuff back then. Parasite manifests differently in this creature compared to most of the lichens. Created as a guard of the Megamsite in his final version with giant-based rattle. The hammer, Urias is his younger brother. Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay, I didn't even know there were 2 people. I thought there was just one that we have to like take over again. Mother Miranda's design for the concept of Crow Queen. She's a religious leader who is after roles and has the ability to mimic anyone or anything. Well, the mold inside her body has overflowed and her mouth and skin are starting to crack. Golden Hollow is now larger and more solid and is growing out of her spine. She has lived for a fairly long time and age is finally showing. Okay, we didn't want the fight with Miranda to be like an event, but a challenging boss fight, so we went with a design where her human facet is still intact. Miranda used a network of mold to assess the genetic makeup of various living creatures that are stored in the Megamycites, and she uses these to transform during battle. Did she transform that much? I don't think so. It was pretty quick, like after I know how to like fight her at the end, like it was a pretty quick one. Didn't last very long. The first time I was like didn't know how to just stun her like during the dark, which make it a little bit like complicated to play with, but after that it was fine. The concept for the picture book was based on the pop-up books and okay. The key colors for Village are antique gold, metallic black, and snow white. All of these were used in the picture book. Okay. Concept of family in the picture is of course based on Ethan Mia Rose, and the color matches the growed up version in the final version. Okay. Overbet did better with 2 of them then. One is Evelyn. I'm not sure. concept art of the Bed Lord it's Demetrius and the beds. The small beds. 3 black beds are based on her daughters. Yeah, that's so obvious. You just create them into like the connection is that 4 lords and very obvious. I would say Dark Weaver and Benefido. This one I don't know. It was Donna. Like of course from like you subtraction by subtraction, then you know it's Donna. But it was like not other than that. I didn't know she was actually the Grim Reaper. The this one is Heisenberg. Oh, this one is Miranda. Okay, that makes sense. But it was like, yeah, only that it was not very obvious. But she appeared to be the last boss, so of course you would just place them like according to the importance of like building them into the how to say the corresponding places. The scene in the book where the girl is taken under full moon is the same as the game story. Under full moon. I didn't know about if Chris taking out daughters like at full moon. Too much details, so probably not until you explain it to me. I won't know. Art concept for when the girl and her mother go into the forest and into the picture book. Okay. Concept art for when the girl gets lost in the forest and in the picture book. Okay. Mother and father go into the forest to save their daughter. Okay. Father fighting the witch and the mother escape with their daughter. Oh, that's the true ending. Concept art of a prologue of a village where Mia is reading the picture book to Rose. A village where Chris should Mia and take Rose. This is not how they look like when it's actually happening in the village. What's that called? The prologue down. Village where Chris take Rose. Is he not that buff back then? Is it like better visual? I'm not sure. Kind of too dark that I couldn't tell. Development of village was a lot of trial and error, but it was always going to be a survival horror. This is how the lichens were created. Feel of mountain storing above the village below. This was strong on the first day of the development. We wanted to create an impact different from the horror of being trapped in a house like Resident Evil 7. We used to tour over bearing mountains to give this game an isolated haunted village feel. Isolated haunted village feel? Yeah, pretty much, cause there's no... I'd say there's basically, like, no civilians survive. And they're also calling us, Ethan, as outsider when we started the game. Like, when we meet Leonardo and Elena and the other villagers back then, they didn't really welcome us. So, yeah, the concept of isolation is there. Art of a Cabin was created to demonstrate to the entire team the level of rendering quality we're going to do for this game. The large windmill looms over a graveyard. Okay. The gate connecting to the castle. Oh, we didn't get the treasure here. The only treasure we didn't get here. The relief of the gate shows a young maiden saving the village from a terrible demon long ago. Terrible demon? Terrible mud? No, he didn't even need to do stuff. It's like auto mod. Most likely got all the things hidden. Like even some words from himself. You're not terrible, of course you're not. Concept art for the field leading up to Louisa's house. Scarecrow is nothing special. Gotta go though, I'll be around but not sure when you land. Sure. Bye! Thanks for being here. I'm just joking. The Scarecrow is nothing special, but there are a number of gold-robed constructs directed to ward off evil. Bro, the whole concept of the village is haunted. Like, how would you ward off evil with that? Bro, it's crazy. That's so in an extreme. Surviving villagers who have escaped from the Lycan attack huddled together. That male was so dumb. Like, he was trying to he's drunk and saying that none of you should be here. You see that, like, stupid women there don't know what to do, not trying to defend themselves. And then he's just being very selfish at that point. Whatever. Lycan are savage or wild beasts, but we also wanted to convey that they're pack creatures. Getting the right balance of the intelligence and nature in this image as well as in the game was one of the biggest challenges. Okay, I get it. Because they're like, because they make it into the settings of 1960s. The concept of this is based on 1960s. More like, is that the industrial movement, I think, at that time period. And then they're also making it as a village that is isolated. And then also the concept of biohazard, most of the monsters there are like intelligence would be like less most of the one being infected would be having a lower intelligence. So plus they're in this village like stormy winter and making it as isolated where outsiders are not welcome at all. And maybe there is other concepts of I'm not sure, they didn't tell about if there would be something like a traditional thingy around this village, maybe have some kind of nature related those kind of urban legends. They didn't mention about those, so I'm not sure how was the thing of like savage the wild beasts, but we also want to constrain the pack creatures. Yeah, it doesn't really tell about that horror basic, like the base of that village urban horror. So the village or her rural horror. Yeah. Oh my god, rural horror. So it's like, no. They didn't explain that much, like what's the surrounding that making it to be like, how can it be like rural, like forest like vibe can be like adding together with those factories and European like in the 1960s, those kind of elegant like castle and designs of Europe, like classic nobles can be gathered together. The whole thing, it's cooking a lot of ideas together. Like if we actually count it back on like one by one. Castle Demetrius used to make her wine. You can see her daughter dragging a victim from the village into the castle. Yeah. The castle is creepy, but also decorated with alluring imagery, such as these statues. Yeah, they are very pretty. The whole thing is very artistic. Also, the dressing room are either white or red. Why not with black? It will be like the three colors together are very vampire-like. The tasting room under the castle where victims are drained of their blood, which she used to make her wine. Okay. So basically the wine is blood. Okay. Looking around in her wine cellar, there's even crossed through the tunnels under the castle. The room filled with treasure and works of art. This was where the labyrinth was originally going to be located. Oh, really? The one on the left is the statue with the angel mask with the right concept art for the iron insignia key. Same insignia on the door. The room where the four statues, the lady, the lord, the servant, the farmers stand. The lord bleeds the villagers' rise of their crops, which he passes the servant to presents the final product to Our Lady. Scene end up being a phone call between Demetrius and Miranda. This looks so creepy. It got the vibe of it got the vibe of Hashaku-sama. Oh my god. It looks creepy. The design of the keys. Oh, the keys are beautiful as well. Come up with a number of designs of keys with the balance of the cracks within the feminine designs that finally was selected with this unique silhouette. Designed to match the pattern of the Demetrius key, yeah. Makes sense, and clear cross on the most attractive door frame was selected as the final design. Demetrius used her long sharp claws like nails to create a havoc in the dungeons. Oh, we can play as Lady for the additional order, but no one would use her claws to attack. They just grab and choke people into death. That's the best. That's how people you like getting as triple S ranks are doing. I know. Concept art for fighting flying enemies on the rooftops of the castle. Final tower of castle where even to fight Demetrius. This area was initially going to be used as a storeroom for period weaponry. What was that? I don't know. Oh, we're in 70 something. Maybe something that's like probably not her. Oh, the dagger. Knife used against was caused her to transform into a giant creature. The story behind this dagger is that it was once used by a man long ago to try kill Demetrius. She sealed it away in the tower with his corpse because it was still a threat to her, okay? The blade with the most unique shape, with flowers, was chosen for the final design. Pretty. They chose the pretty good one. The others are not as aesthetic as how it is for the others. House Beneviento, where Donna and her dolls live, is covered in a thick fog. Initially thinking of a scene where Ethan is chased by enemies across this rope bridge spanning the valley back to the village. Okay. What else? Garden leading up to the house Beneviento home. I hate it. It's like I always feel like Yen lost during this one. Giant gravestone in the center, Dawn surrounded it with smaller graves and her dolls nestled behind them, between them. Look of the layout of the house hasn't changed much since this concept art was created during early development. We took a lot of care into creating a high quality scene. During early development, however, this was going to be a doctor's house, not a doll's house. It was going to be village doctor and Angie the doll never exist. We also considered giving Donna an incredibly dark past and have her family throw themselves off the waterfall. Maybe this one would be better than the dolls. Oh my god, what should I say? I don't know. I just feel like the story of Donna, it's too shallow. That doesn't even seem like a very... It's more like a break during the game, I would say, compared to the other. Yeah, she and the fish. Just not impressed by it. I'm like, okay. Maybe we're taking a break from what's going on, like the very intense horror or very intense like chasing and stuff from Lady, and then having some break until we defeat Heisenberg again. But that too, it's like you're so weak. It's always intended to be puzzle similar to a Chinese puzzle box. Since this was initially going to be a doctor's house, the doll was originally going to be a corpse that looks like Mia. Originally going to be a corpse that looks like Mia? I think this one is also okay. Like, you don't have to be making it into very realistically like a corpse or whatever to make it as like a real thingy. So it's fine. I don't think it's even if they are using a doctor, she can also use this one like to be a less bloody thingy and the whole story. Okay, what else? 81. Runs into a morale searching for a corpse for its experiment. I don't think there's much of the scene of saying that the fish is trying to catch someone as his experiment, like rats at all. His story is also very shallow, finished during the middle of it. Just saying like, oh, we got your flask and we're running away from that, and mostly that's it. There's nothing more than that during the story, I think. And just escape from the whole thing and then just get away from him. And that's it. How Ethan would get from the windmill into the underground was decided very early on. We also have this like a replacement location, so we gave the view and layout of the area a very disgusting atmosphere to match Maru. Concept art where Ethan meets Maru. You can see Heisenberg's factory far in the distance. Heisenberg's factory? I didn't... not like until the concept art mentioned, I didn't know. The initial thought was that this would be a European fishing village, but this proved too difficult, so we decided to go with a generic flood village instead. The current used to turn the windmills is decorated with the legendary sea creature, the Kraken. We had the idea of water draining from a giant sluice gate, which means we needed to design a flooded and unflooded area to go with it. Concept for the scene where Ethan meets the hag. This is also where he gets the winged key. Statue of the Four Kings with a chalice in the center. The founders of the village once protected the chalice. The art there, the giant chalice placed on the dales. The design for the winged key is closely connected to the village crest. Wait, did it exist like that? I didn't saw this one, like the left one. I didn't feel like it exists in that game. Maybe I'm not like I didn't know about that one. To the right is the route to the Benefiento's house, and through that there's a gate where the path to the ruins with the Four Kings statue. I saw this too. Like, seems like a giant stickers for that one, but they're saying about the king. This was the king statue. I really didn't know. A crossroad with the circular dials in the center signals the game opening up. We had this design left over from Resident Evil 7, only a minor change to the emblem logo. The hydration pack equipped on the back gives them a unique design. Oh, this is BSA. BSA's it's now a rotten and ruined organization who are using soldiers created with a new technology. 7, they got bioweapons as well. I don't remember that part. This was one of the sawmill that the villagers used, but now it's overrun with lichens. We've turned it into their lair. Okay. Concept art of lichens there have different intelligence and power compared to zombies, ganados, and magini. We wanted to create a setting that reflects this. Okay. Oh, this is the before the stronghold we're going through. Wanted to fight in a tall open space. Concept art of the bridge to Eisenberg's factory. It's initially going to be just the side of the path leading to the outer ruins. Storm chasing Ethan down a narrow corridor, destroying everything. Okay, this one's pretty good. The one that's like chasing us. Concept art of Heisenberg kicking Ethan down into the hole and the giant cavern of the factory. Okay. Casting machine were the most to be creating made out of cast of irons. This concept is a puzzle with around since early development as a way to create a key. I think this one is pretty easy to find. It's not that difficult as long as you know the doors where they are. I missed one, so it was like taking us like I don't know 10 minutes or more to actually get a key mode. Ugh, embarrassing. This room was once only used for casting iron, but Heisenberg ended up utilizing it for twist experiments. This room links to the hidden engineer room. An engine room empowered by a giant pistol. Okay. A fight inside the grinder shaft. These were early designs of the soda jets that we originally imagined a space where they could freely fly about. Huh? Freely fly about? What the heck? We went with a design that has a powerful looking horse just like the one of Heisenberg's crest. I think the horse one is pretty good. very like easy to link that to Heisenberg and also his power. Concept art of the flow of events leading up to the battle with Heisenberg. Pictured Ethan falling into the pit around dusk and returning from it to a dark, stormy night sky. The general laid out events didn't change much for early development. I don't think we did have a dark, dark, stormy night sky at the end when we were trying to fight against him. It was like a gray, rainy day with daylight thingy. It should be better. Concept art for the boss fight with Heisenberg was going to commence with self-propelled artillery. The only difference is the final version is not defeated using falling transmission towers. Okay. We figured that Heisenberg's yard would be full of scraps and vehicles, which he used during the fight. Okay. A concept art featuring Chris Redfield. It was intended to depict a three-way battle between Chris, the BSAA, and the Lycans. Both slowly consume the village under a blood-red moon as the ceremony reaches its climax. Didn't show that, I guess, wasn't it? As Merda started its ceremony, plants looking tendrils and of motes begin to overrun the lichens and the village is thrown into chaos. Or maybe it's when we are using as Chris and then trying to get into the deep cave and try to save Mia. Probably that's the scene, but I won't be able to solve. That's a moon they're trying to be like turning into a red one, and then the ceremony begins. Chris find the giant magma set in some ruins. It's a giant clump of parasites which had grouped together into a disturbing shape. It reveals that everything starts here with the beginning in the center of the moat network. It has been spreading its root from for hundreds of years before Miranda found it and used it as a power to herself as a powerful leader. When Chris escapes the ruins, he finds Miranda's laboratory where the real Mia is also being held. Well, this one I would say it should be just like how to say the embryo, when you're like it's just like how do I say it? Infant? No, not infant, but it's like before birth in mother's like a womb, and then kind of like just growing, that kind of vibe. So it still looks into like a human, the very beginning original form of human, how it looks like. I think that's how the concept of it is also would be, because originally the whole thing is about Miranda wanting to find her daughter back, which I think it makes sense if they're just just making it as the symbol of life in that way. Okay, the concept behind this piece was Ethan's last stand. Here Miranda transformed into the hag would use roles in the ceremony. The mold tendrils have grown over the four king statues and look almost like a wing. I didn't know about this one. Like, not at all. Wait, why is it like this? The scroll. It's so slow. Okay. Which one's the next one? Oh my god, I got it again. Oh my god. No. My hands. It's like, can you just scroll until Why? Okay, let me change it to the... Don't go again, please. Okay. Concept art of Ethan's fight with Miranda on mold covers ceremony site. We want to think about how enemies in village would look from a first-person perspective. Key visuals like this are essential for picturing the gameplay. Honestly, I didn't play with the first-person POV, so I don't know. I choose the third view. I'm sorry. Ethan likes Miranda for spider form and flying form. Concept of for Ethan's finale where he and Chris escape the village. However, Miranda, now absorbed into the giant parasite, goes berserk to stop Rose from escaping. She looks like the village symbol with the parasite and feathers. Rose is grown up and reading the picture book her parents used to read to her when she was young. She had a bouquet of flowers for Ethan's grave. Chris gave her Ethan's jacket along with her father's ring as a treasured memento of a man she never knew. She goes to Ethan's grave after watching mother and child on the bus. As she talks to her dad at his grave, she spots a man who looks like a security guard. Weapon designs. Yeah, those are the guns. I think they're pretty good for the Wolf's Bane, Magnum, and I didn't have. I don't feel like I used Magnum in this whole game, which is crazy. F2 rifle is up top, and then SYG 12. Equipped with customization is a French bolt action rifle. Weapon design for the 911. Fully customized. On the right, Eisenberg's homemade weapon, a self-propelled artillery equipped with a recoilless gun. It also has a large engine with a supercharger. We end up making the threads much larger in game than what we had originally intended. Wait, wasn't there a concept art or whatever? It's like art collector. Oh hell yeah! Extra content. Tragedy of Ethan Winter's concept art. Oh my god, we still can read this for tomorrow. I think it's like 120. Yeah, I was thinking like, wait, there should be one for Ethan's. Why? There was like, I remember this photo, which is like, where is this page? We can continue tomorrow. Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Let me switch to the other scene then. Probably, if that's the case, I think I'll just play Resident Evil Requiem at our usual time. I thought it would be midnight release, which ended up it was not. I hope you all enjoyed the content of the day. It was crazy, just me reading the stuff of the art. Not sure if it's chill enough, but I am pretty sure my phone went dry. It's like reading nonstop for the whole time with a lot of information. We can do it. Continue it tomorrow. Or not actually. I have to check if the collab would happen or not. Oh wow. Not confirmed yet. Not confirmed yet. It's kind of sad that I was thinking like probably it would start like for Resident like Requiem can be released like in my midnight, so I would be playing it during midnight, but end up it was like in the afternoon, which likely won't be. It won't be a time I can do it to stream with all of you. So I think I'll just make it back to our original time. Nadi. Oh, wait. I turned the aux port off a little bit just now because there was an internet like laggy and I was trying to type you messages. So I didn't turn it back on. No music for that sound alert today. But thanks for the headpad. Yeah, I probably would be playing Resident Evil at our usual time then. I think. It's fine. It's like it's not like after 18 hours until after the release of the game, so probably there won't be like a complete guide that I can follow at all, so I'm fine with it. I can still use my own power and try to play it alone. Yeah. I'm very excited to play Requiem. Oh yeah, and then waiting to see which channel I'll be using for the subscription, like for the umbrella corporation badge. I really want to get it. Or do I even like donate on my own channel, like give the subscription in my own channel that also works? I don't know. JK. I'd rather spend it on other creators. Okay. Tomorrow probably Monster Hunter. I really don't know if the game is like allowed me to unlock it or not. I'll check on it. If not, then probably reading the concept art again. And I don't know what to do with the next. Probably it's gonna cost us like an hour, or just a little bit more, because like 120 pages. Which Monster Hunter? I don't remember. It was probably the second latest one. Not the one that looks like Zelda. Not the one that looks like Zelda. Was this a Rise on Wild? What I'm talking, I don't know. Wilds, maybe? I'm not sure. That was too long ago. Like, Drugs gave me that code, but it's like it takes 90 days to unlock, probably. So I don't know. I forgot. I'm not sure if he even mentioned that name. I think he did, but I don't remember. So I need to check. Probably it's Wilds. Wilds is not the latest one, right? I have no idea. You know nothing? Sage Snow? I still don't know what Sage Snow is anyway. But yeah, I know nothing about games. I barely can remember games name unless I'm like owning it and going to stream, then I probably would remember it. Other than that, I don't know. Monhan. Is Monhan interesting? I never played one, but probably I would like it, but if it's on mobile. Like controller, like, oh my god, that's the triggers, the point, like the point of where to cast the magic or whatever, to aim at. Oh my god, no, I missed that again. Something like that. It's going to be a very clumsy controller gameplay anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna head out. Did I like this? Stay hydrated before you dehydrate. I'm gonna dehydrate soon if I'm not drinking anymore, so I'll drink after the stream. Hope you have a wonderful day. その他、今日もお疲れ様でした。ご視聴ありがとうございました。レクイオンはさ、金曜日のなんか2時午後2時なので、なんか、その時間帯は無理だと思う。ライブ配信は無理だと思うなんで、 いつも通りで9時くらいで配信をしたいなと思います。それで始めたのレギュアプレイもその時から始めると思います。はい。それでは、それは金曜の予定でした。Yes, like I said, Requiem will just play as our usual time at night because I thought it was gonna be midnight, not at midnight, so I can only play it during our normal stream time. That's the arrangement for the week. Tomorrow, let me see if there's gonna be Monster Hunter or just reading more of the concepts of events. Because we have like 120 artworks from the tragedy of Ethan Winters that was left behind. We'll find some time to finish that, I'm pretty sure. Because I like the Father Saker there. It's also like for them creating a character with no face or barely like recognizable facial characteristics is for you to get into the character like more immersed into the character, which I think is a pretty good like a successful one. I saw like YouTube comments and stuff saying like Ethan is the best father in the world, which respect. I really like his story, like but not seventh gameplay. I like the whole thing in 8, but combining 7 and 8 together, it would be it's only like that would be the only whole like full experience that you would like even more. So I don't think you can skip 7 at that point, although it would create some disappointment to you during the gameplay because it's like that's not like that, nothing more. But you don't have to wait for Village to release like when it was like the first batch of players back then, so you can enjoy the story with both of the sequels together. Mm-hmm. So, Sonata, thanks for coming by. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. I'm going to head out now. Stay hydrated before you dehydrate, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah, and probably I'll stream for tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, I stream at 9 p.m. something JST for more. It's either more art of events like the readings, or it's gonna be Monster Hunter collab. So I'll see you again tomorrow. おつせじ. Bye bye. As our last ritual of every stream, I want to thank Omomama and Shiki Papa for making me such a beautiful motto. Outside highlight, chat overlay, background, alert, chat box, schedule template, the design from New Teacup. The coding is from Dengsen for the chat and alert in subscriber badges, emotes in what was that? Mic designs from Sage, the rigging is from Shiki Papa. Lastly would be our starting and ending screen scene here from Myojo, and the personal BGM from Library. I hope you enjoy your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.